If you're new, this intro sets the tone. Lots of people like the song. That's why it's here. The support section is after that. It helps me keep the work going. The method section explains how I do what I do. If you've been here before, go ahead and skip ahead. If not, and if you're new, please don't miss what matters.
In the shadows where the silence speaks, I walk the line where the lost souls seek. With whispers of hope and a guiding light, I'll search the dark, bring the truth to light. I'm a seeker of the unseen, bridging worlds where the heart has been. With every heartbeat, every tear, I'll find the way, I'll draw you near. Through the echoes of the past I tread, unlocking stories of the words unsaid. With every vision I'll stand my ground. In the name of love, the lost will be found. I'm a seeker of the unseen, bridging worlds where the heart has been. With every heartbeat, every tear, I'll find the way, I'll draw you near. Hope is fading, I won't let go. I'll be your compass, your guiding glow. Together we'll break through the darkest night. For every lost soul, I'll bring back the light. I'm a seeker of the unseen, bridging worlds where the heart has been. With every heartbeat, every tear, I'll find a way, I'll draw you near. I'm a seeker of the unseen, I'm bridging worlds where the heart has been. Where the heart, with every heartbeat, every tear, I'll find the way, I'll draw you near. Of the past I tread, unlocking stories of the words unsaid. With every vision I'll stand my ground. In the name of love, the lost will be found. Through the echoes of the past I tread, unlocking stories of the words unsaid. With every vision I'll stand my ground. In the name of love, the lost will be found. Through the echoes of the past I tread, unlocking stories of the words unsaid. With every vision I'll stand my ground. In the name of love, the lost will be found. When hope is fading, I won't let go. I'll be your compass, your guiding glow. Together we'll break through the darkest night. For every lost soul, I'll bring back the love. When hope is fading, I won't let go. I'll be your compass, your guiding glow. Together we'll break through the darkest night. For every lost soul, I'll bring back the light.
Hi guys, before we dive in, I just want to ground us for a second. Because what I share here isn't just content, it's part of a much bigger mission. These reads, these truths, the channeling, the cases, it all takes real energy, time, and spiritual labor. And part of how I stay in the work without burning out is through decks, memorial pieces, magical merch, scheduled readings, and new offerings that I've created for the collective. Interested in learning how to channel, where to begin your sacred work, or just jump into true crime readings? I've got some powerful classes coming up. Spots are limited and are starting soon, so grab your spot in the PayHip store. And yes, payment options are available to make it easier for you to grab what speaks to your spirit. So if something resonates and you feel called to support, check out the links below. Just a quick snippet about Justice's training. This isn't just obedience, it's destiny. His astrology confirms it. Justice was born to protect, serve, and walk beside me to find the missing. This is part of his soul contract and mission. If you feel called to support this part of the mission, know that every pause step he takes is guided by purpose. Every search we do is sacred. If you believe in the work, the calling, or the cause, your support means everything. Again, you'll find my shops, the GoFundMe for Justice's training, in the Linktree below. No pressure, just alignment, real support for real work. Real quick, I partnered with a friend over at Healing Gem Studio, a beautiful small shop that offers handpicked crystals, mystical pieces, and sacred tools for your spiritual path. By shopping through the link in the description and using the code SLEUTH10, you'll get a special discount, and portion of your purchase also supports me directly. Support the mission, like, subscribe, leave positive comments. Your support doesn't have to be big. Say it's just about intention. So say a prayer, drop a donation. If you're feeling fancy, every little bit fuels the mission. And if there's anything I create or offer that speaks to you, grab it. I hope you enjoy it because everything has intention and love built in. Quick reminder before we get to the work. Let me explain how I work and how I do this. My readings can pull from the past, present, or potential futures. Sometimes all three at once. Spirit doesn't follow a clock. Time here isn't linear, it's layered. So if something comes through that you're like, wait, is that now or before? It might be both. Symbolism is key. Now, real quick. I've been doing most of my channeling and card work ahead of time lately. And honestly, the channel is way clearer that way. It helps cut through all the interference I usually pick up when I read live. That said, I still experience prophetic sequencing. It's a real thing. And it means I might receive parts of the story out of order or months before they play out. You'll see it when it hits later. This is especially true if I decide to do an auto write. So trust. I use cards as an extension of my intuition, not just as tools, but as mirrors that reflect the energetic truth that Spirit is showing me. These aren't just random pools, they're part of my psychic map, a way for Spirit to validate, confirm, and guide the process in a symbolic or literal way. The cards may speak to the past, present, or future, or even show patterns that are more symbolic or metaphorical. It depends on what Spirit needs to reveal. When you see me using my own deck, Forensic True Crime Oracle, they are built from years of working in this field, tuned specifically for the kind of channeling I do. That matters because each card holds layers of meaning that have been energetically aligned to support this work. You'll notice how often they hit. That's not a coincidence, that's spirit. So, when you see me using cards, know it's just not just divination. It's direct communication, a visual language between me, spirit, and the story they're trying to tell. And hi, I'm the psychic who talks fast, jumps timelines, and knows stuff before it happens. You might hear me say, this reminds me of another case. That's not me getting distracted. It's psychic linking energetic blueprints. I call this interconnects or soul echoes. Sometimes I pull clues months before a case even happens. It's weird, but I trust it now. This is what I mean when truth before fact, and why I keep records. I read charts, energy, and timelines all at once. My method combines astrology, clairvoyance, and forensic intuition. It's not always linear. That's the point. So if you feel like I'm talking in riddles, don't worry, I'm decoding as I go. I don't just get vision, I get prophetic sequences. They're like energetic downloads that come in as fragments. Symbols, flashes, names, places. They don't always make sense at first, but later they match exact details. The truth always finds its shape. When names or places repeat across readings, it's not a mistake. It's part of the energetic blueprint that Spirit is revealing. Patterns hold power. Welcome to the way my brain works. It's not always tidy, but it's real. And if you stick with me, you'll see the patterns too. Ground rules for this channel. It applies to all cases. 1, I don't make this shit up. 2, I don't speculate, I channel. 3, I speak for victims, not viewers. 4, this work is sacred. It comes from spirit through me. I walk with them as they tell their story. Sometimes I feel what they go through. I ask you to respect us on this journey. When you argue with the message, you're not just disagreeing with me, you're disrespecting the victims who gave their voice through spirit to be heard and are telling their stories. This isn't a playground for conspiracies or a space for personal theories. You're welcome to have your own beliefs on your own page in your own time. But here we protect the message. We honor the voices that trusted me to speak for them, and we hold the line for the truth and justice. This is for entertainment purposes only. Everyone is innocent until proven guilty, and viewer discretion is advised. To just understand more how I work, there's a link to a video in the description box that is more detailed. Hey guys, so I'm gonna actually do a quick video on the Skeleton boys. I do not have, or the Skeleton brothers. I actually don't know much about this case. I do know that the dad was arrested and he's said to be let out possibly in November. So somebody asked me to work on this and donated for it, and I decided to put it out because I'm pretty confident on where they're at just from the sensations that I felt. I don't even really need to pull cards on it. So I don't know if you guys know much about it, but I am going to go into a few things that I saw, and I seem to want to cough with them very badly. And I've got a very bad headache, but this is viewer discretion advised because those poor boys were tortured. I feel physically, mentally, prior to this happening. There's a huge rage out in the house where the dad's kind of going nuts and going crazy. There feels a lot of mental instability with the dad. And like, I don't think those kids should have ever been in the care. So again, there's a lot of torturing that goes on prior to this where it's very chaotic and the kids were very scared. Um, and so whenever I tap into it, I just get a lot of chaos, a lot of anger, a lot of rage, a lot of delusions. And there's a reference now to my head hurting. And I was getting a reference to um, a pew pew. I don't know if one was used or not, but I was getting a reference to it. But this is very violent. So, as far as our location is concerned, I was directly taken to under the house. I don't know if law enforcement didn't search good enough or didn't search there because he took off for an hour. That was a misdirection. I strongly feel that they're in a crawl space, and I'm going to describe a little bit. It's either crawl space or a basement, but it's directly under the house. So then I check the astrology, and the astrology aligns with a crawl space or basement. One thing, because I was so tuned into this today, is I started coughing, like I was breathing dust. Not like they were necessarily alive when they were put down there, but I feel how it feels to be in that kind of place. So, I kept picking up dust. I kept coughing. I was walking around my house coughing like I had inhaled dust. It's very sandy in this spot, not necessarily that they were buried, but maybe pushed in there, but extremely sandy. There, are other areas that can be looked at, but they are on the property. I just kept wanting to go under the house. So under the house again, into either a basement or crawl space where it's like a sandy, dirty area. So like the sand feels it's kind of like a regular brown, but it's soft. And again, I keep feeling that in my lungs. So I keep wanting to cough. But I also have my head hurts really bad with them, so there is definitely a head trauma there. So the reason why, if cops didn't really search the house that well, this is why they haven't been found, because he did not take them an hour away. There's nothing in the chart to suggest leaving that location, and nothing in my visions, because I got the visions first and then I'll just validate it with the chart. And immediately I was pinged back to the house and I wanted to go under the house. And then I kept picking up this sandy, dusty, feeling. Not cement. So it's either buried in the basement or in a crawl space. I mean, it could be the crawl spaces that people have. He'd have just pushed them in there and that wasn't checked. I don't know. I don't know if they brought cadaver dogs in there or not, due to the fact that he had drove for an hour, I guess, which feels like a misdirection, because everything seems to tie back there with my visions, with my feelings of not being able to leave the property, and then with the astrology aligning as well. And I'm starting to cough again. I'm starting to feel really off. I feel really off and really out of it. Very hot. So when I start channeling and tapping into these things, I've noticed I've been getting super hot lately. But yeah, that's basically it. Under the house in some way, shape, or form. That lines up with the subterranean fourth house energy that we have. And again, I don't really need to use cards for this because of how I am breathing in the dust and how I immediately went to the house and under the house. So that's where I feel the skeleton boys are. I'm going to submit a tip. But again, there's a strong pull back to the house itself. Repeated sensation of being beneath the house, crawl space, or underfloor access. I did feel the dirt and dust in my lungs. I can't breathe, coughing, gritty, sandy texture, darker dirt, energy of being pushed or hidden, not formal burial. The weapon may be with them as well. The atmosphere, again, is chaotic, violent, suggesting rage outburst. And there may have been, it's like a house of horrors, and you're being held in confinement as a madman is going crazy. That's kind of how it come across. And then with the astrology, there's fourth house activations with home basements and subterranean. There's a Saturn Pluto connection that is about confinement, dirt, and darkness. And there's markers that reinforce the concealment under inside home, and not far, not woods, water, not any of that. So again, I would say check beneath the house, the crawl space, underfloor area, look for disturbed dirt, concealed remains. It's highly unlikely they were moved far. The signs point to concealment on site under the house itself. So that's what I have for this case without going too deep because it's a little heavy, and I don't really need to go into all of it. Basically just explained it. So he is just a madman, like, and I feel like just there was a lot. It's very chaotic. So I want to put this out so that maybe, I don't know, I'm going to report it to law enforcement. But I thank you guys for being a part of the channel, liking, sharing, and subscribing. And thanks.